All right, General Math 2.3 notes today. We're going to write expressions out of word problems. So just like in 2.2, we can write expressions with variables to represent something. And we got kind of a little key here. So some words, some keywords for addition, you might see sum, plus, greater than, increase by, more than, exceeds, or total of. An example in a sentence, the sum of 6 and 8, we would write that in an expression. We're adding 6 and 8, so 6 plus 8. Also another example, 8 more than y, it'd just be y plus 8. If it helps, think of like a number line. If you start at y and you go more than 8, you are adding. Subtraction, some keywords might be difference, minus, less than, decreased by, subtracted from, reduced by. And as we can see, 5 decreased by a would be 5 minus a. Multiplication, we have some keywords, product, multiplied by, twice, times, percent of. For example, 7 times x is just going to be 7x. And lastly, division, we have quotient, divided by, ratio, and per. So the ratio of x and 3 would be x over 3. Ratios are fractions, just like rational numbers can be made into a fraction. Couple of examples here. We want to write an expression for 3 more than half of x. Well, let's start with this half of x and kind of work backwards. So half of x is going to be, it's really like 1/2 x, right? So 1 over 2, it's a 2, 4, 6, 8 day, bud. So x over 2, that's half of x. It's x divided by 2. And then 3 more than that, we're just going to add 3. Example number 2, let's write an expression for 3 times the amount of q. Well, 3 times is multiplication, and we have a variable, so it's just 3 times q, but we have that imaginary multiplication sign in there. What about for the sum of y and a third of z? Well, a third of z is going to be z divided by 3, and the sum is a keyword for addition, so y and a third of z is going to be y plus z divided by 3. And lastly, we have my car costs 13 grand and I pay 120 per month in insurance. So if we were to write an expression for this, we have to pay $13,000. And then for every month that we have the car, we have to pay an additional $120. And here we have write an expression that represents how much money I have in dollars if I have n nickels and p pennies. Well, we know that pennies cost 1/100th of a dollar. So we have p divided by 100 plus nickels are 1/20th of a dollar because pennies are 1 cent and nickels are 5. So 1 over 20, that's 1/20th of a dollar. So how many pennies do we have? How many nickels do we have? And then if we divide those and add them together, that's going to tell us how many dollars we have. And then here, just kind of a hint, notice we divide by how many coins of that kind it takes to make a dollar. So it takes 100 pennies to make a dollar. It takes 20 nickels to make a dollar. If you need help on any of the word problems, they can get kind of tricky. So just screenshot it, send it to me in an email, and I'll try to explain it a little better.